Hey guys, welcome back to another video on this channel. I know this is the 4th straight vid related to Endgame.
Any more bright ideas?
I got a few! Yeah!
But it's really more so about Robert Downey Jr. and the role he's played to an entire franchise. Now I know the Academy Awards haven't been known to recognize actors in superhero roles, let alone any comic book characters in general. That was clearly exemplified when neither Hugh Jackman or Patrick Stewart could get nominations for their roles in Logan. But RDJ has made the strongest case for an Oscar nod since Heath Ledger's Joker, who happened to not only get nominated, but also win for Best Supporting Actor in The Dark Knight. Interestingly enough, that was the same year Downey Jr. got nominated in the same category for his role in Tropic Thunder as Kirk Lazarus.
Went home empty-handed.
And since that time, Robert Downey has spent a decade of his life dedicated to a saga that has not only changed pop culture, but has sustained its relevancy, in large part because of Robert's unyielding acting ability. But all that aside, I understand a nomination only recognizes a performance for a single film. That being said, we can put aside the fact that not only has Downey Jr. been the iconic driving force of the MCU since day one, not only has he displayed the embodiment of a perfect hero's arc of going from an egotistical billionaire show-off to a mature, sacrificing family man, and not only would an Oscar nod be a recognition of his entire work as Tony Stark, but that his role in Avengers Endgame alone solidifies his acting strength and justifies a nod for Best Actor at next year's Oscars. The charm, charisma, and grief he shows in this film is second to none, but let's dive deeper than that.
Here, take this. You find him, you put that on. You hide.
This is a broken man who's accepted the fact that Thanos is simply not able to be defeated. He's won, and that discomfort clearly fills him with rage and fear. After all, the man did throw a moon at him in the prior film. But let's go back even further than that. His anxiety attacks in the third Iron Man validates the emotional stress that Tony goes through when saving the world. That even after everything he's seen and been through, there is that greater level of threat that he knows is inevitable and fills him with worry. He showcases this inevitability further after telling Doctor Strange that Thanos has been in his head for 6 years, and now the Endgame is here. Fast forward to the final battle of Avengers Endgame, Robert conveys this brilliantly. He's looking at his biggest fear in the face yet again. The facial mannerisms he uses, such as a simple gulp, to exude that fear makes it feel real to the audience watching. This is just one of the many subtle nuances he's demonstrated throughout the film. Initially, it may seem like Marvel Studios will try to make a push for Robert Downey Jr. to get a Best Supporting Actor nomination because the competition usually isn't as fierce. But despite Endgame having a myriad of actors with their own stories, this movie was ultimately about Downey Jr. and the completion of his hero arc. He is Iron Man, and that's why the push should be for the Best Actor category. And what could make this category interesting next year is having two comic book characters being nominated at the same time, with Downey Jr.'s Iron Man and Joaquin Phoenix's Joker after the praise that he's been getting. Wouldn't that be something?